Hey, Shalom, Markins, V'Kamash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chachadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hope for that expression is truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. Not quite sure I'm going to call this just yet, but I was reading through the book of Second Esdras. A few chapters I read, and I feel like I might want to do a video based on those 3 chapters, just showing you that the Most High, he's not concerned. He doesn't really care about the masses of people that that are upon the earth that he's created. He's on, his focus is on, he's a remnant. He's beloved, right? And Ezra's in these chapters, he's like petitioning to the Lord, speaking about how the judgment that's going to come upon these people. He's kind of petitioning on their behalf, kind of thing, but really for Israel and the whole of Israel, because Israel was in captivity and being wicked. So Ezra was kind of was petitioning, kind of, right? But Israel didn't really grasp the scheme, the idea of what the Most High was doing, all right, and what the future was for Israel, right? Because all these people, all these heathens, they're gonna get judged, right? All the wicked, they're gonna get judged, right? And the Most High, when you read these chapters, the Most High does not care at all in the slightest that these men are just gonna be destroyed, and it's a large bulk of people that on the planet, and it's just like, but why did you create them then? That's for the Most High, is that's for his own purpose. He decided to be this way, right? So the Most High doesn't really care what happens to them, right? For the for those that believe that God is all love and He loves everybody, all these God's, everything's God's creation, but the Lord doesn't care about all these creation, right? And it's painfully obvious in these chapters. But that may be another video that I do at some other point, to get into that. But this, what I wanted to get into today was what is mentioned here as the condition of the battle. All right, and people are gonna come to a rude awakening, that, well, one, the Most High exists, for one, right? And people are going to be judged according to the way they've lived their lives, man. Because the majority of people out here just believe that you can live your life anyhow, and everything's fine and dandy, man. Everyone's got this spirit of pride upon them, this YOLO lifestyle that you just make the most of everything, do whatever you want to do, satiate your desires, and that equates to your happy life. Well, you're gonna be in regret, right, when you find out that that wasn't the way he's really supposed to be living, man. You're gonna find out, man, that because I bet when judgment comes, you'll be thinking about these things. What I could have done better. You always think those things. Like, what could have done better? How did I end up here? Because you don't want to end up in the place that the Most High is going to bring you to when judgment comes. All right, you're going to start regretting those things that you did. If I only knew this was how it was going to end. Scripture speaks about Esau not what's the word, man? Basically, not thinking about his latter end. He thought he was going to do all this wickedness and thought somehow that he was just going to come out of this all rosy, and not thinking about what his latter end was going to be, what was actually going to happen to him because of all this wickedness that he's done. Right? It's the same for the rest of these people out here. They people are just living their lives, believing in idols, and just living to the heart's lust. They're living in deception and darkness, and I think everyone just thinks it's cool, it's fine, and it ain't no harm done. There's no risk to how I'm living, but there is, right? So I just want to kind of outline this, and that the Lord, He's preserved people for salvation, and He's preserved people for destruction. And the majority of these people are here are going to receive destruction and judgment, slavery, right, based on their actions that they've carried out in their lives, man. All right, so let's get into it. All right, Lord wants to be edifying. So I'm going to start here, 2 Ezra chapter 7. I'm just going to start from verse 56 here. All right, there's a point I wanted to make that is further up, but I'll get to that later. Right. But yeah, verse 56, right? It says, "For while we lived and committed iniquity, right, we lived according to our own lusts, our own feelings and emotions, and even the inception, the supplantation of Esau and the things he's put into our minds to do. Like I said, Esau doesn't really put much emphasis on spirituality, right? Being spiritual, being connected to the scriptures and keeping the laws of the scriptures. He doesn't really push that, right? But he'll push all these perversions out there, and he'll throw that in your face on the TV all day, and for you to do or to accept or to be down with, right? But the Lord, he doesn't push, even though he's supposed to found these countries that he rules based on the Bible, right? But that's not what's really being pushed at here, right? So for while we lived in committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death, right? When the judgment comes, because we don't only live once, okay? Contrary to popular belief, right? There is judgment that awaits us, man, and we play out judgment here upon earth. That's where judgment played out, man. There's no mythical region of hell where you burn forever, right? That doesn't exist. Okay, but there is judgment. You can be put through hell, but it'll be down here on earth, okay, in your next life, right? And you don't. But one thing you don't want, right? You don't want to be preserved for the great judgment that's going to occur, right? The lake of fire, okay, which is a real thing, but it's not in the nether regions of hell, right? It's here upon the earth, right? You don't want to be preserved or reserved for that judgment, kept in store for that judgment. You don't want that. Okay, because you will you will be burning. But these guys are here awaiting that judgment, man. And they don't even have a clue that that's that that's where they're gonna be at the end of at the end days, right? Burning, right? Because burning is a real thing. There's guys out here that are sentenced to burn in the land of America, right? And you don't want that judgment, right? For sure. Okay, but like I said, there's millions and millions of people out there, hundreds of millions out there that are awaiting this destruction, right? This judgment, right? So, but like I said, judgment comes, and you could be living the next life you live might be some terrible, shitty life, man, and you just like always fucked up, and you don't know why. You haven't got clues. Born into the world, and it was just like this. Much like how Jacob's born into the world, we are born onto a curse, right? Because we broke the law, statute, commandments, and we just live deplorable lives, man. Sad lives, and it's not really how it's supposed to be for us. But because of our transgressions, our iniquities, this is what we get for that. But that's all going to change once Yahushua returns and delivers the elect, and that will be the turn of the corner for Israel, and we're going to live blessed lives from that point forward. But I said hell is a real thing that is just played out here on earth, man, because there's terrible things that happen upon the earth that people go through, right? And you can't tell me that that's not hell. Yeah, it might not be a place where some man do get burned to death, but you can't tell me this, that this place isn't. You can't experience all those things here. All right. Anyway, moving on. It says, then answered he me and said, "This is the condition of the battle." Right. This is the condition of the battle. Right. This is what we're put here to do, to face. Right. Which man that is born upon earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he be overcome by the evil and the wickedness of this world, and does likewise, right? It says, he shall suffer as thou hast said, right? And you read up and get the whole scope of the story or the conversation that's going on, right? But if he get the victory, if he's able to resist, if he's able to, basically have faith, because faith is that armor that protects us, man. Because even though we're not perfect, okay, we resist this world, right? We don't believe in it. We're not with it, man. We believe in that salvation. We believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai to deliver us from this hell that we're living in, right? Because we want out. Okay, we don't want in. We want out of this place, right? We're not looking, we don't want to be in this state. We don't want to be surrounded by wickedness. We don't want to be wicked. We don't want to transgress. Okay, we want to be saved and delivered from ourselves, right? And from this evil, wicked world that we're living in, right? So again, like the scripture speaks about, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. It's about enduring until the end. So keep fighting that fight until your last breath, if that's what it takes, right? Or until you're delivered, right? So that if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as I was said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say, right? Which is what? The kingdom of heaven, which again is only applicable to the Israelites, because they were the ones promised with that. No one, the Most High never made no promise to nobody, no other nation, for an everlasting kingdom and to nations to bow down to us, and that was given to Jacob, like passed on for our forefathers Abraham and Isaac. Okay, passed to Jacob, and we was promised those things, right? But as Ezra is speaking, we're in captivity right now under the Babylonians, I believe, right? And it's like, well, where is this promise? Because obviously we've transgressed and we can't seem to get out of this predicament, man. We're under the hands of our enemies, and our people are wicked. So how the hell are we supposed to obtain these things? And Ezra is bugging out because he's like, this is impossible. Okay, what the Most High has set before us is impossible, man. Because even Ezra was looking at himself, he's like, I'm not right. I ain't a perfect man. Like, how the hell am I supposed to even, like, how can any of us achieve this, right? But Ezra didn't understand exactly what the Lord was planning. He wasn't letting him in on the whole plan. And he was telling, the angel was telling Ezra, look, don't worry about that. Don't worry about them. Because the Most High had it in his mind to set up a way to bring Israel to that point, to receive that promise, man, to receive all those blessings, right, through his son Yahweh Shai, and through the remnant that he would keep, right? Because obviously the majority of our people, they're going to be destroyed, man. The Most High has no interest in saving them, and this is why we say, man, the Lord is here only for his elect, right? The Most High is not interested in saving all of his people, right? The majority of people on this planet are going to be destroyed or put in slavery, man. That is what the majority of the planet's going to face, and the Lord is set up to be that way, right? They have been chosen to play that part, right? Not everybody can be saved. In fact, the very few are going to be saved, as the scripture speaks about. Right? I think I've got that here on my list, so we'll get that. But very few people are going to be saved in this thing, and you got these Christians out there trying to save everybody. You got even Israelites trying to save everybody, right? Or believing that we need to get all of Israel no, the Lord's not interested in all of Israel, right? He makes it very clear here. It's tell the Ezra, don't worry about them. Don't worry about the wicked. Right? I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do. All right. All right. Verse 58. Says, 59. It says, "For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, Choose thee life that thou mayest live." Right. And this is what we push this truth out there, and we tell our people, look, this is the way. Okay. Because we know Jake's sick and tired of the life they're living, man. But they just act like, everything's cool, everything's gravy, man. Jake just always trying to make the best of a bad situation, man. But if we're all honest with ourselves, man, our lives are shit. We just mask it up with shit, man. Jake gets a gold chain and he thinks he's on fucking top of the world, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Jake's still fucking paying rent, still working the shit job, still getting looked down upon. Jake's still getting robbed and killed, and it's fucking man. There's family members dropping dead, bad health, diseases, exploitation. It's just Jake just convinced themselves that it's not so bad, isn't it? But it is bad. We just put on a brave face. Anyway, this is Nevertheless, they believed not him, nor yet the prophets after him, right? And this is why the Lord sent the prophets, man, to correct his people, to rebuke and correct his people, man. But Jake don't want to take rebuke, man. They don't want to hear correction. They're only told that, oh, I can't get the gold chain. What do you mean I can't have my music career? Like, because Jake wants things in this world, right? But the things in this world destroy us, man. Okay, this place is not our rest, man. Right? It shall surely destroy us, and it does. And we telling Jake, look, man, you need to step out of this world, this carnal reality that you're living in, man, and turn back to the Lord, man, and take a more spiritual outlook on things. Right? Follow the commandments, do the best, to the best of your abilities, man. Believe upon the Lord, believe that He's going to deliver us from this hell, and believe in the promises that he said He was going to give us, man. But a lot of Jake, they don't want to wait, they're impatient, right? They don't have the mental fortitude to hold that down. And so they revel in the world, man, doing all kinds of wickedness. Because really, those Israelites, those Jake are really just attached to darkness, man. And that's why the Lord's not going to deliver those ones. There's only a few of us that are called out of that darkness to come to the light. But the majority of our people are going to stay in that darkness, man, until they're destroyed. And that's how the Most High set it up. So there's nothing we can do about that. They're going to be destroyed. We understand that that's how the Most High is playing it out. And Ezra is trying to understand, but he's probably getting a bit emotional. He's trying to understand, but like Most High is just like he's out there, isn't it? He does the things he does things how he sees fit, and he has every right to. Okay, he's the creator of all living, of all creatures, right? So he can do what he wants in it. Whether you agree or disagree, that's not really the topic of discussion here, because we don't have no say. All right. It says, nevertheless, they believed not him, nor yet the prophets after him, nor not me, which have spoken unto them, that there should not be such heaviness in their destruction, as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation. Right. Right. So the Most High, He's gonna be in joy over the ones that be saved, man. He's not gonna care about the ones that are destroyed. Right. He's not bothered by that. He ain't bothered by the ones He's going to destroy, but He's going to rejoice in the ones that are persuaded to salvation. And even the scripture tells you that about the angels, man. When a sinner turns to good or something to that extent, man, that the angels rejoice in heaven, man. But there is no concern about those that remain in wickedness, man. They're just going to be destroyed, man. And the Most High's not really thinking that deep upon it, man. It's like, so what? That's what they get for what they're doing. It's as simple as that. It's simple mathematics, man. There's no emotion in that at all. But the Lord's going to rejoice in those that do the right, do right, that turn to the Lord, right? It says, I answered then and said, I know, Lord, that the Most High is called merciful, in that He have mercy upon them which are not yet come into the world, and upon those also that turn to His law, and that He is patient and long suffering those that have sinned as His creatures, right? And He that is bountiful, for He is ready to give where it needeth, and that He is of great mercy, for He multiplieth more and more mercies to them that are present and that are past, and also to them which are to come. For if He shall not multiply His mercies, the world would not continue with them that inherit therein. Right? And we know that the world was made for our sakes, as Ezra goes on to speak, or in Ezra it goes on to speak, right? Oh yeah, I think Ezra has actually said that, right? This world was made for our sakes. These other nations are not important in the scheme of things, right? So whatever happens to them, Lord just definitely does not care what happens to them, essentially. But they're going to be around because they need to be around, right? Because they're there to be servants for the Israelites, right? But if Israel wasn't here, the earth wouldn't need to be made, right? If the Lord never wasn't planning on making the Israelites or planned to have a people, He wouldn't have made the earth, period. And therefore, none of these nations would exist, period. None of this creation would exist, period. These animals and all that kind of stuff. Because this place was made for us to dwell in. To dwell here in bodies of flesh. At this time. So, everything else is insignificant in comparison to the Lord's chosen people. Okay, who are the Israelites, okay? So verse 68, and He pardoneth For if he did not so of his goodness, that they which have committed iniquities might be eased of them, the 10,000th part of men should not remain living. And being judged, if he should not forgive them that are cured with his word, and put on the multitude of contentions, there should be very few left, peradventure, in an innumerable multitude. All right. So this is what's been set up on earth, man. The you know, it's like a, you know what, this is like a game show, right? Like Squid, what is it called, the Squid Games or some shit like that, right? And the Lord's looking to see who's gonna, you know, it's a game of whether, of righteousness. Who's gonna do righteousness? Who's not gonna do righteous, man? Right? And the prize is at the end of the game, obviously, right? But obviously, there's punishments and eliminations, you know, for those that don't do so well, yeah. And that's what it's like. This is like a big game to the Most High. It's his movie. It's a game, you know. And this is the rules of the game. And you don't want to respect the rules. Well, guess what? You're gonna find out you don't do so well in the game, right? But it's like these scriptures are like the manuscripts, the rules, the conditions of the game. And those that believe in these rules and conditions, they're gonna do well if they can fulfill those rules and conditions. They're gonna do well. But if not, guess what? You're gonna get eliminated, right? You're gonna have a hard time with the game, you know, and at the end, man, it's just not gonna be pleasant. You know, it's like you guys, you said, are gonna be awaiting judgment, all right? But that's what it's like, man. Okay, but the Lord is, as I say, put the elect on game of how to play the game, essentially, right? How to operate, you know, in this thing, right? To receive salvation. I say, you might not get it down perfect, man, but you know, you got a better chance of survival, right? But anyway, Romans 11 verse 7 here, it says, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, right? So like I mentioned, right, the Lord has given his elect the ability or the knowledge, the know-how to you know, to navigate this game of his, right? This is the, you know, it said this is the condition of the battle, right? He is testing everybody on the planet, right? Not to say, well, he knows that the majority of people are not worthy anyway, but this is really a test for us. But everybody's involved to make it exciting, you know, make it dramatic. And yeah, and so like I said, our purpose here is to resist wickedness. And that's why Satan plays a big job. Satan is a prized asset in the Most High's game, right? And on the left hand side, he's out here testing all of mankind. And you know, Satan looks to be doing his job very well, right? He play you know we know the Most High and Satan, you know, they play those games. You know, remember Job, right? Satan play you in things that he's probably gonna you know, defeat the Heavenly Father in this game of his, and get everybody to commit iniquity. Because ultimately, right, what's the end game for Satan? To get everybody to take this MOTB. To use Esau to take this MOTB. And if Satan could do that, then he's won, isn't it? He's won the game. There's probably a little bet going on. You know how things are up there, right? But yeah, but those that obviously resist and believe upon Yahweh Shem Yahushai, obviously, you know, they're the ones that are going to come through this, right? And this is what's been given to you, that the ability to do that, right? Which is a preordained thing, which is what I'm going to get into, right? The majority of people in this thing are doomed, fated to fail, right? But success is only for a few, and that pertains to the elect of Israel, the Lord's chosen of the chosen. Okay? So I'm going to read that again. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. The rest are blinded. Okay, but the elect, they've been given the ability to receive this truth, right? To know what it is that they have to do in order to be saved. Right? Verse 8, according as it is written, God have given them the spirit of slumber of eyes, and that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. And David said, let their table will be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them, right? So no matter how many people pick up these scriptures, if the Lord has not elected you, chosen you to receive it, you can't just pick up these scriptures and understand, right? And that's the vast majority of people on the planet. There's like 1 billion Christians or whatever, right? Wherever the number is. I know it's depleting, but the majority of these guys have no understanding. If you're in a Christian church, you definitely have no understanding. So that might be all billion of you. Yeah, gone, right? You don't have the understanding because you're not elected, because you don't have the truth, right? But I said, just simply picking up the Bible doesn't give you access to or insight to understanding these scriptures, right? And that's why your table, which is these scriptures, be made a stumbling block unto you, right? Verse 10: let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back. Oh wait, so the Most High has set aside a portion of people who are just gonna be blinded. The Most High really does not care about these people that are not gonna make it. Like, it's like you know, you, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example now, right? I don't know. Say you got a league, a league of some sorts, right? And you got you got the top teams, and you're interested in what the top teams are going to do because they're going to be battling it out for the trophy, right? For the winners' trophy. But the lower teams in the bottom, like, you don't give a shit because they know they ain't competitive. It's like, I ain't gonna waste my time watching them at this shit. It's kind of like that. I'm not bothered with these guys because they're gonna fail anyway. They ain't doing shit because I ain't chosen to do shit. So they're just gonna pine away. But these guys, I'm gonna watch closely for these guys because it's interesting to watch them struggle, to watch them battle, to fight for the top prize. It's interesting. These other guys, they're just weak and they ain't gonna. I've made them weak, so they ain't gonna do shit. So I don't need to watch them. I'm not bothered about them, right? Kind of like that. Okay. But the Most High has chosen them for that. The Lord's not made them competitive, you know. This is Matthew 24 and verse 24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great wonders and great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. The elect can't be deceived, right? So all this wickedness and temptation, and the Lord has made them bulletproof to that, so to speak. Or at the very least, the Lord is not imputing their iniquity, their sins upon them, meaning that they cannot fail. Like I said, they're not perfect. The elect are not perfect men, but the Lord has had it where these men are not consumed by wickedness, by iniquity, like everybody else. The Lord is not imputing sin upon them. The Lord has given them grace to be able to make mistakes, but still pull through. But the Lord has not bestowed that upon everybody, because everybody thinks, oh, the Lord, how the Christians teach that how Christ, right? He died for everybody's sins and he's giving everybody grace. But to be honest, the truth really is that the grace is only for the elect. And that's the real honest truth. The grace that the Yahushai got us, bought us, right, only really applies to the elect, because the rest, like I said, everybody that stays in wickedness is going to be destroyed. So where's the grace for them? They never repented. It's only applicable to those that repent, and only the elect can repent. So really, the grace is only really for the elect, so that they can make it, man, so that their sins are not accounted against them. So the elect have immunity, so to speak, right? Because they're in the Lord has given them a particular spirit, man, to endure and to persist on in righteousness, because just because and this is why it's important, or it's a good thing, or an important point, that the elect don't know who they are. And this is why we always say of the hopeful elect, because if the elect knew who they were, not saying this would be how it went, but you might become slack. You might think, oh, I can do anything, and that's all right, the Lord's going to forgive me. That is not meant to be our mentality. And so it's not given to us like that. It keeps us on our toes, right? But the truth of the matter is, the elect would only be able to do what was pleasing to the Heavenly Father. They would be in the right mentality. They wouldn't be trying to slack off. They wouldn't be trying to do wickedness. Because we're not given a license to sin, even though we're covered under grace. We're not here to commit wickedness. Right? The grace is there for when you make mistakes. When you make a mistake. Not just to go willingly do things, man. When your battle over the flesh, you got weak at one moment, you did this, you fucked up here, you forgot this, and you did this and whatever, man. Right? It's there for when you make mistakes. Okay, but with a sincere heart which is what an personal elect has, right? Is really only trying to walk in righteousness, man. But like the scripture say, a righteous man falls 7 times, but he get up again. It's important to continue that fight, to continue that battle. Okay, this is the condition of the battle: to resist wickedness and to continuously push for righteousness, man. But again, that is only that spirit, that type of mentality is only given to the elect. All right, it's a rigged game at the end of the day. Most sides already knows who the winners are, right? And he knows who ain't winning. Okay. It's Ephesians chapter 1 verse 5. It says, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Having predestined, preordained, pre-chosen. Right? Like I said, the winners of the game have already been chosen. Right? But it's just the interest in, it's like Job. It's the situation with Job, right? The Most High knew Job was gonna keep his integrity. He was never gonna blaspheme the Heavenly Father. He knew that. But it pleased the Lord to test him anyway. Just to show Satan something. It's entertainment for the Most High. it's like a big reality TV program. It's just entertainment, man. The Lord likes to see the battle. He likes to see the struggle. Hell, the Most High says he's a man of war, man. He likes to he likes to contest, man. He likes to, he likes to fight. He likes to see us fight and overcome. Even when you're weak and you feel through, the Lord likes to see you struggle and overcome in the pursuit of righteousness, man. He likes that, man. And this is all this is, man. As how would someone put it? As they got these phrases in this world, man. Sadistic or something like that. It's sadistic as that might sound to the majority of people because everyone believes their life's important, right? And so, why would the Lord toy with people's lives like that, bro? You ain't important enough to even think like that. For the Lord even to consider you like that, you're just another creation, man. It's not that you're not that important, right? And that's just it, man. Because we don't consider things like we make sports out from animals and all kinds of things. It's just like, oh yeah, watching dogs run around a fucking track or horse run a track. It's like, why would you do that? Oh, I like watching the horses run. Well, that's what it's like. The Lord just likes testing us, man. what you want to do? What you going to do about that, man? Go on, man. But anyway, all right. So having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will, right? But he had already chosen who these individuals were, because we all were there in the spiritual realm before we're here in the flesh, and it was already, like I said, at the beginning, before the earth was created, it was already known. It was already decided who those spirits were, because we're just spirits that come down in bodies of flesh. It's not the flesh that's the individual; it's the spirit inside it, and so these spirits have already been claimed. It's Romans 8 verse 30. It says, moreover, whom he did predestinate, then he also called. Right? Because let me read up a little. Oh no, it's just the 30th verse I wanted. Right? So, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. Right? Those he had chosen from the beginning, before the foundations of the earth, those are the ones he called. Right? Because there's all this talk about he that called upon the Lord. How does it go? I can't even think what that is now. But you got these Christians that those who the Lord calls, right? But the Lord is not calling everybody, right? Many are called, few are chosen. We've got that, but we know that's just among the Israelites. Okay, because it's predestinated, because it was promised to our forefathers. That promise was given to our forefathers. It wasn't given to everybody. So it's those who are called out of Jacob, which is what I wanted to get. Shy. Is it called? Let's see. No. No, it's not called. I can't seem to see it. Maybe it's Israel. Maybe it's not Jacob. It's lucky, bear with me. Oh, where is it? Oh, I can't think right now. Yeah, it's lucky. But yeah. Let me just come back to here. Regain my train of thought. And moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, right? And whom he justified, them he also glorified, right? So again, these men have been chosen from the beginning, and it's just a small group, a small cosmos, a small world, right? Because it's not the whole world, right? Christians like to push the whole John 3:16, for God so loved the world. But the world is speaking about a cosmos, which is a group, a particular group, right? Which we know the Lord chose Israel as he's chosen, right? But then there amongst the chosen there is his elect. Okay, and this is what he's speaking about, right? And they have been justified because, like I said, they're not perfect men, but they've been justified, right? He's called them and justified them. Okay, so a small group out of the nation of Israel is whom he called, right? And who are gonna ultimately succeed, through the Lord's test. All right, so let me get Joel chapter 2, verse 32 here. And it says here, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. This was it. Yeah, this was it. I already had it here. Mad. Right? And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. Right? But Christians like to blanket that one, like anyone could do that. Okay, but that is a quote from this, right? Here in Joel, right? For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance. Deliverance is not for anybody on the planet, any nation. It's not. It's for a particular group in Israel, right? As the Lord have said, in the remnant whom the Lord shall call, right? There's a remnant who are the elect of Israel, okay, that are going to be called and be delivered. And it's predestined that way. It's been chosen that way. They have been chosen to perform that, to fulfill that, right? So understanding that, it means that there's also been the rest of them it's been decided already that these men are going to be destroyed. The rest of our nation are going to be destroyed. That's been decided, predestined also, right? Since that the elect can't, the predestined ones can't change because it's been decided already. That means the rest of them are going to be destroyed, guaranteed, and there's nothing they can do about that. The Lord has not put that particular type of spirit in them, and so they can't succeed in this battle, in this contest, right? And forget the heathen, forget them. They were never built like that in the first place, right? Pardon me. It's Daniel chapter 12 verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life and some to everlasting contempt. Right? Because like I said, everything's been predestined, and some are going to be judged as the wicked, and some are going to be judged as the righteous, man. And it's like I said, that's been decided already. Who's going to receive judgment for righteousness and judgment for wickedness has been decided. Everything is just merely a formality playing itself out that's been decided way from the very beginning. And so you might say, "Oh, that's unfair," but again, like, what do you want to do about that? What can you do about that? It's the same thing he's doing to Ezra. It's you're not going to deter the Most High for what his plan is. And you can petition, and you can complain about this and that, but at the end of the day, it's the Lord's creation, and he can do what he wants with it. And there was something that was mentioned here back in 2 Ezra 7, but it was up here, like I mentioned earlier, right? And he mentioned about a bride. I probably should have marked out where it was, to be fair. Oh, that's further up, has to be. Okay, here we go. Verse 26 here, right? Let me read up a little bit, right? Let's grab. Let's grab from verse 20 here, right? It says, "For there be many that perish in this life, right? Because they despise the law of God that is set before them." Right? They don't want to take heed to this word. Right? They don't think there's no repercussions for not acknowledging this word. Okay, but they're going to be, like I said, coming for a rude awakening that is very detrimental to them. All right? It says, "For God hath given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. But because, this world doesn't believe in the Most High, everyone believes in their own gods, or all of that, is they've been led astray, right? And punishment is hanging over their heads. Okay. This is nevertheless they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not. Now the scriptures say, a fool saith in his heart, or the fool saith in his heart, there is no God. Right? There is no repercussions. There is nothing. Nothing's gonna. Nothing's gonna be waiting for us. Based on the actions of our lives. Somebody neither good nor bad. Right? So you just fade away. Into darkness, into nothingness. But that's not how it goes, right? It says, they deceive themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not. and knew not his ways. But his law have they despised and denied his covenants, okay, which were made with the Israelites. This is really speaking towards Israel. But everyone holds the scriptures in contempt, really, because they all manipulate it into what they want to live the lives that they want, man. Nobody lives or is trying to push to live the ways of the scriptures. They believe it's archaic, It doesn't support women's rights. It doesn't support homosexuality. It doesn't support, this and that. And so they don't want to deal with it really like that. They want to take the pieces that they want out of it, apply it to them, and others they don't, as they see fit. Make up, all kinds of doctrines and excuses as to why they don't need to do these things. Or I don't need to grow a beard, or I can still eat pork and all this sort of thing, because basically all they've done is made a religion unto themselves, an idol for themselves that supports everything that they do. It says, but his law they have despised and denied his covenants. In his statutes they have not been faithful and have not performed his works. And therefore Ezra's for the empty are empty things, right? So they ain't gonna see nothing. You know what I mean? If they ain't faithful, and they're not gonna receive no prize. Right? They're empty, and so they're gonna receive empty things, right? And for the fool are full things, right? They're gonna get the reward. They're gonna get the prize, right? But here in verse 26 it says, "Behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear." Who is this bride? Who's this been talking about this whole time? Like I said, I'm saying it's talking about Israel, but how do I know this? How do we know this, right? Is it the bride shall appear? Who's the bride? Right? I'm gonna get it, right? And the she coming forth shall be seen that now is withdrawn from the earth, right? Who is this bride? Let's jump to Revelation 21, right? Verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Okay, these are the elect of Israel. Okay, returning down from heaven, right? Because they're going to be delivered, because they would have, passed the test, And so they're going to come from God out of heaven, as it says here, right? Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, because who will be married to? Yahweh Shai. Israel is likened unto a comely and delicate woman. Okay, we are that bride that is being prepared for Yahweh Shai. Okay. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, "Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. And God shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away." Okay. But this again is speaking about the children of Israel. Okay, the elect. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to bring that point out. And it's from 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 15. So that I have said before and now do speak, and I will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Right? And like I said, this is a decided thing. It's not something that may change if people, they will turn to the Lord, right? And maybe we can get everybody to turn to the Lord, and that no one has to die. No, it's already been said that many shall perish. More shall perish than which we say, which means the Most High already knows. It's already been decided. He's already decided how much that is, who that is. Right? Verse 16, like as a wave is greater than a drop. Right? And you even are likened unto spittle, or a drop that falleth from a vessel, of water. You're insignificant. Right? Like as a wave is greater than a drop. And he answered me saying, like as the field is so like, let me read it again. He answered me, saying, Like as the field is so like as the field is, so is also the seed. As the flowers be, such are the colors also. Such as the workman is, such also is the work. And as the husbandman is himself, so is his husbandry also. For it was the time of the world. And now, when I prepared the world which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. Right? He did what he wanted to do, right? For then every one obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. Who is this great people? The Israelites, the sons of Jacob. They are that cluster, beginning with the elect. Right? He spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then. Everybody outside that cluster can perish. Yeah, everybody outside the elect can perish. Okay? They can perish. The Lord's not going to destroy everybody, but they can perish. Right? Especially the rest of our people outside the elect of Israel, they're going to perish. Right? But the heathens, they're going to perish, man. Those that don't get destroyed will go into slavery as part of the punishment. Right? The Lord does not care. He said, let them perish then. He's not concerned. Right? It's not a heavy thought on his mind. Right? Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. They were born in vain. Right? And let my grape be kept, and my plant. The Lord's always speaking to us about, us being a plant, a vine, or olive tree, right? The Lord is always making those likenesses to us, right? Because we are that plant of His that He loves, right? For with great labor have I made it perfect. Okay, it's being made perfect. Okay, with the help, with the help of Yahweh Shai, of course, right? That's how it's made perfect, man. Because like I said, we were suffering. In this point in time here, our people were suffering, and we still suffer to this day. The kingdom of heaven suffered violence unto this day, right? And so it's been true, but it's being perfected. And that is why the new covenant is being made of us, man, to make us perfect, right? But it starts with the elect and those that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and His sacrifice, you know? He said, nevertheless, if that was, okay, that was the point. All right. All right, I'll grab this, some second measures. Why do I feel like I read that already? 756, 726. Oh yeah, that was right. Yeah, that's why I did it at the end. Right, so yeah, so that's it, man. This is the condition of the battle, man. Our job is to resist wickedness, man, and choose right, just like Yahweh Shai did. Right, he came upon the earth and resisted wickedness, man, and did the right. And only those that are able to do that, okay, that the Lord have chosen, because only those that the Lord chosen can do that, right, is going to receive that prize at the end. And just like the Lord established, and very few or much more shall perish and shall be saved, right? The Lord is not doesn't want to. He's not designed them to be saved, right? People are out here predestined to be destroyed or be put into slavery, right? Only few are being predestined to be delivered, right? And it's not something that you can, make your soul be a part of. The Lord has already chosen whether or not you're going to be a part of it or not. right? Whether or not you're going to wake up, okay, whether or not, this word is going to stick to you, all right? That's all been decided already. And there's nothing we can do about it, man. That's why we have to be humble and just do the work, man. And Lord, when He have mercy upon us, that's all we can do, right? But the Lord, outside of his cluster of grapes, the things that He holds dear and precious, outside of that, He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anything else. He doesn't care about these other things, these other people, right? He doesn't care about your struggles. You're wicked as far as He's concerned. You were made to be wicked, and the wicked are going to receive wickedness. They're going to receive judgment. It's not a burden on His mind at all what He's going to do to you. He's not like, oh man, I wish I didn't have to do this. The Lord does not care, man. You are not a factor in His mind. The only thing He cares about really ultimately, okay, is His chosen. And that's what we're trying to get through to you people out there, man. Okay, the Lord is not a God of all the people to save them. He's a God over the people, but He's not your God, right? And the Lord is not going to have mercy on the majority of individuals out here. That's just the truth. The mercy is going to be shown to the children of Israel, the elect of Israel. All right. But I'm going to end it there. Lord willing, this has been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So until next time, I say shalom.